Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Good afternoon, ladies and well, it might not be afternoon when someone's listening to this. Welcome to Kill Me Now.
Appropriate title.
Yeah, it is. And it's appropriate since I hear other... What is that noise?
Yeah, we're in a weird office today. They're doing a lot of renovations downstairs.
I don't care. We could have gone to Mario's apartment.
No.
We could have gone to my apartment.
Jerry would not have allowed it. There's enough... My place right now is a war zone. They're doing more renovations. It's like rubble. Every floor is rubble.
Okay, speaking of Fred and Barney, or Barney and
Ernie and Bert.
Ernie Rubble, the Rubbles.
Oh,
Guess who our guest is? I know you know because you can recognize that voice. It is the one, the only. I love you. I love you for so many long.
All the wrong reasons.
I know. Mario Cantone is here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kill Me Now. So you started your day with a Kill Me Now moment.
Oh yeah. I woke up to one of the owners of the building. I've been going through this whole thing with the deck on my building. They built a new deck and.
For everyone?
Yeah, and it's a little high, and someone could easily, if you're tall, could easily fall over.
Me.
And forget it. They're going to build a railing, they said. But we built this bar thing that was like a railing, and he made us move it. It was so annoying. He's all right. He's a good guy. It's just all annoying. I mean,
it's for everyone in the building?
Just the floor, the top floor.
The people living in the building built a bar?
No, Jerry built a bar.
Jerry built a bar. That was really nice of him.
Oh yeah, and
Jerry is
from the
Mario's
wall.
husband.
Yeah, yes,
and apparently he does
25 years.
They've been together 25 years, and he obviously can do some work around the house.
No, he's good that way. We hired someone to build the bar, but we actually he unscrewed it and we lifted it and moved it to the other side of the wall, which is where the owner wanted it. So we did that.
Now we're talking about a bar alcohol or just a bar?
Just a bar. You can put food on it.
I love
it's
that.
Just higher than the wall so it protects people from not falling over.
Speaking of falling.
Kill me now.
Really?
We gotta turn that. What? Can you check on
yes,
that fucking
I
thing?
Can.
Go now. Be my best friend.
And I will.
And when I die, have champagne and be gay. Be very, very gay.
Okay.
Promise
I want
me,
you to know,
what?
Mario.
What
the fuck? It's speakerphone. Okay, I want you to know. I mean, I always do research on I didn't really need to do research on you because I know you forever.
Yeah. But you did something.
But I watched a lot.
You did?
Of Steam Pipe Alley.
Oh, you did? You watched a lot of Steam Pipe
Alley? And because I remember when you got that because we were both with, what's his name? Jason. Remember him? Our manager, Jason.
Was it Jason? Yeah.
It was Jason, Jew name. Jason, and he had everyone. He had Dennis Leary. He had you.
I thought wasn't Barry? It was...
No, it was, remember Jason, and then I saw him because I did Two Broke Girls, and he's managing one of the stores at Two Broke Girls. I was like, well, you got lucky. Jason Steinberg!
Oh,
no.
Of course.
Was it
that
his name?
But he was working for that company. Yeah.
No, it was, I don't remember.
No one cares.
Okay. Anyway, Steam Pipe Alley. Yeah. Like I remember because it was about 1987. I had just been doing stand-up for a few years. And... the show was a kid's show, but there was nothing kid-like about it.
It was all very, very, racy material that we would never be able to get away with today.
I can't, but when you do the Find...
Did you see that? Find My Eye in the Pie? Sammy Davis
That
Jr.?
is my favorite. And you're doing Sammy, and the kids have no idea who you're doing, and they have to stick their face in this big
and every time
lasagna
we did it
or whatever.
We did that one once a month. Games rotated. But that one was really... That one was something that I said to my executive producer and my one writer, Judy Gold, who I adore. We just said to Bob Woodruff, may he rest in peace, who gave me the job, can we do Sammy Davis Jr.'s Eye in the Pie? And he was like, all right, go ahead. And I was like,
how did the guy find you?
What do you?
How did you get this show?
I auditioned for it.
They had an idea for a general kids show.
No, they wanted a Soupy Sales type show, which was a kids show in the late 50s that had a very adult edge to it because Soupy Sales was a very adult comedian. So that's what they wanted, and for it to work on both levels. So that's I auditioned and I got it.
I love that.
And then it became it really became you. And when I've read a lot of stuff, and I know that what is that noise?
They're going to be talking. You can't believe it or not, you can't hear it on the headphones.
Okay, just for the audience, there's a fucking annoying person on her fucking.
They're having a phone conference.
Well, let them have a fucking phone conference with headphones.
Hey, stop fighting. This is supposed to be about me. I'm your guest.
Okay.
That's right.
So, Mario, there's many things that you've done in your life that I'm a little jealous of. First of all,
really?
Well, you grew up in Boston.
Yeah.
And
jealous.
Well, I'm jealous that, it would have been better than New Jersey.
Well,
but
maybe.
I got into Emerson College, and I really wanted to go, and my parents wouldn't let me go. Wow. And
that changed my life. I didn't even want to go there. I auditioned for NYU for the acting program, which they accepted very few students right out of high school. It was mostly transfer students and graduate students, but I was like, I'll be one of those high school kids. And my SATs were horrible, so I did not get in. But my audition was really good, and there was a big kind of fight for me. For the head of the department at the time, the acting department, really fought for me. But they were like, so I got my rejection letter in May. That's very late.
That's because you weren't a football player. They would have fought for you.
Now, listen,
I know. I got into I almost got into my talent, but I did not. They were like, your SATs
now,
are
I
way
did
too
very
low.
poorly on my SATs.
Awful.
Very poorly. Yet I was a straight A student. Like, I had very good grades, but I cannot take standardized tests. There's no.
I was drawing designs with those little black.
I was like. It was
things that you fill in with the pencil. I was making when I had 5 minutes and I was nowhere near done. I just started making designs.
But now, did you always have a problem with?
I made a rabbit. What?
Did you always have a problem with these sort of standardized?
Yeah, I think I have a learning disability at times.
Really?
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a learning disability. I think people learn in different ways.
Yeah, I think so too. No,
so and it's just like everyone doesn't learn the same fucking way.
No, SAT stuff, all that academic. I can't. I mean, I love to read, and And
I know, and you're smart.
I'm smart.
And you can't be a comic and not be smart.
No, math is forget it.
Okay, so listen.
So Emerson College, I did.
So you went to Emerson College.
I ended up. I also
and
auditioned for Juilliard, and I didn't get in there.
You didn't get into Juilliard.
No, I didn't. My again, grades not great, and SATs, and my classical was terrible. He said,
right?
Oh,
but my contemporary was riveting, and then cut to two major Shakespearean productions in New York I've done, which is just you could have bowled me over with a feather with that one, but so I ended up going to Emerson, which my sister graduated at Emerson in '66. There was a teacher in my high school, Mr. Silverman, that wrote me. He wrote me a letter of recommendation because he was on the board there and he had gone there and I got in. But at the time, they would let in a hobo.
Really?
Yeah, you can't get in that school now.
Right.
At the time, it was rustic. It was rustic.
Nice.
It was like we had the wall. There were little. Our main stage was a black box in the back of 130 Beacon. Now they've got the Orpheum Theater and the Colonial and the old Saxon, which was the Majestic. Now, I mean, it's like, the Kardashians put it back on the map.
It's
because
unbelievable.
They gave the money, which they didn't.
I don't know where I found it. I was like, this is the school for me.
It was a great school.
I think it would have changed my life trajectory.
Well,
maybe.
I went there, like you said, I got into the Emerson Comedy Workshop that Dennis Leary founded, and I got in there my first year, and that was the big thing on campus.
Right.
I auditioned, got in.
Oh God, I would have gotten in.
It was like a second city.
Oh, I did get in.
It was like a second city thing.
So your parents owned an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, / Rock
bookie.
and Roll Club.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah, he was a bookie, too.
So your father was a bookie, and your mother was a bookie.
My mother was a bookie first. My father didn't know anything about booking until she, got busted a few times. She
right.
went.
When she got busted, where did she go to jail?
No, my father took the rap. This is a good story. You want to hear
Yeah.
this? Okay, so she was booking with her sisters when we were living in Everett. Now, we moved to Stoneham, Massachusetts when I was 2. But before I was born, they were booking. So I think I was 2 weeks old when she got busted with her sisters, Joe and Mickey. And
Those are great names.
and
What's the maiden name?
Pashoni.
Oh God. So
But it was Saracola
Right.
and Ciccarello. Mickey and Ciccarello, her married name,
Oh,
and
my God.
Josephine Saracola, who was my favorite.
Stereotype alert.
So, oh yeah, so just names. So I think
You're 2 weeks old.
2 weeks old. They came in and they were, they were tapping the phones, and they came in and they were, they were panicking. They were ripping up the slips and flushing them down the toilet. Wow. And so my mother the phone was under her name, so she got busted. My father took the rap because the phone was under his name.
Right.
And he went to court, and he got a suspended sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge and his lawyer said, "Let's appeal this and just get this wiped off your record. I know we can do it."
Right.
Meanwhile, he wasn't going to jail. It was a suspended sentence.
Right.
It would have, they appealed it. He goes to jail for 3 months.
No way.
Comes out. My mother quits booking. We moved to Stoneham.
And they stay married,
They were married to the day she died.
Okay.
And then, not that he didn't have sex with every waitress that he hired, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, he was gorgeous. He was a beautiful man.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
No, I wish I looked like him, but thanks. You're both lesbians, and that does not count.
No. Lauren's not a lesbian. Lauren's a tranny.
Well, you're
so now
both attracted to women, so
Yes.
Shut
up.
You know so
what? Oh, like
you're
you
all
can't.
a bunch of.
You're attracted to men. You know when you see a beautiful woman sitting right across
I'm
from
a
you right
straight
now.
homosexual, and I'd probably do you.
Yeah, really? Well, strap
Shut
it on.
up. Go.
All right, so
You're on
anyway.
VP.
All
That's
right.
voice probation.
So
Worth it.
So anyway, then in the mid-70s, that happened in 1960. Then in the mid-70s,
born yet.
my father got busted above his restaurant for booking. So he goes to court, and the judge is his lawyer that told him to appeal in
No way.
1960. And he looked at him and he was like, "Case dismissed," and he let him go.
That's amazing.
Isn't that the greatest story? I heard that the night of my father's funeral, my brother Teddy told me that.
That's amazing.
I said,
So,
that is unbelievable.
Were you a fat kid? I mean, you lived. No.
No, I was a little chunky in like fifth and
Like
sixth grade.
puberty-ish.
Fifth and sixth grade, and then seventh grade I thinned out, and yeah.
But was the restaurant popular?
No, it was horrible. The food was terrible.
Who cooked?
I don't know. It was, that area was near Faneuil Hall. It was very
Right.
dead at the time.
Right.
And it was in between the aquarium and Faneuil Hall, but nobody went on it was Broad Street.
Right.
So they tried to do different things with it at night. It was a luncheon place, and at night it was like supposedly it was a gay bar for 6 months, strip club at night.
Right.
Then it finally landed on new wave rock and roll, and it became this big rock and roll club in New
Right.
York, like a lot of famous.
So did your family make a
punk
lot of
rock
money?
bands?
that's
I don't
cool.
know. From that,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
they were not rich. Far from it. We
so-
were like middle class, and
Were you close to your mom?
she scared me.
Why?
Because she was schizophrenic, like Judy Garland. That's why.
Really?
No, she wasn't schizophrenic, but she was,
was good.
very deep, very moody, very. She wasn't a happy woman.
Intense.
Yeah, she was intense. She scared me. I loved her, but she was very scary.
Like what scared you about her?
Oh, I didn't know what mood she was going to be in.
Oh,
She
hello,
was,
welcome to my world.
yeah, but your mother could have communicated with you.
Right.
My mother really was very shut down.
Do you ever wonder
So-
if she had bipolar or something like that?
No,
I'm
well,
We're
sorry.
not going in there.
Okay.
Well, back in there, back then, I don't think she wasn't
Back then, they
bipolar because
just-
her highs weren't high.
Right.
Her lows were just low.
Right.
So she wasn't bipolar.
Plus, it was just people just drank
No.
and smoked.
Oh, yeah.
Cigarettes. That's it. Now, your mother died when you were 21.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected you as a performer, you as a human being?
I don't know. I think I was pretty much developed by 21.
Right,
but
but
I
was
think
it
that
a- 'cause I remember-
Well, it leaves leaves
absence.
and nothing was really finished, because she didn't like the fact that I was gay. She was not happy about that. not at all.
Right.
Whereas my father was like, not that he, we could talk about it in depth, but he was like, whatever. And if you go to Italy, my father's from Sicily. If you go to Italy, the Sicilians are like that. They're like, whatever, as long as you don't flaunt it in my face, and as long as you don't, you're not hurting anybody. But you go to Naples, which is where my mother's family was from, Avellino, outside of Naples, which is a totally mentally ill mountain town in Italy. They're all nuts. But Naples is a very grim...
Mentally ill
Oh, yeah,
mountain
I met a
town.
guy that said to me, you go to Avellino and you tell them you're homosexual, they'll send you to the doctor. I was like, I figured as much.
Yeah.
And even in the Amalfi Coast, which is beautiful, but that's all
I really
Naples.
wanna go
It's all
there.
Naples. It's very, it's the same
yeah.
thing. Naples. I was bullied by some kids in Naples that were making fun of what I was wearing. Meanwhile, they were dressed like Linus in Charlie Brown. It was like, dude, your outfit's like from the '60s, so
Right.
don't make fun of what I'm. Oh yeah. I mean,
we were in America.
I got bullied in Naples by kids at
How
the
old?
Galleria. They were like 10, 11.
How old were you?
I was 20. It was not that long ago.
Oh,
It was like
all right.
10 years, 15 years ago.
Okay.
But what I discovered was it's definitely the gay thing in that area is bad.
But
in Sicily, they're like, "Meh, whatever.
Right.
And my father was Sicilian. My mother was from Naples. So it was like a psychological epiphany geographically.
Right. So I read that you used to get on your mother's coffee table at the age of 2 and do Judy Garland.
Yeah, I knew the whole Carnegie Hall.
Oh my God, I love that thing.
Yes.
What about the one with Barbara? Oh, the new belter.
Well, that's that when Ethel goes, that's the new belter.
She's a new belter. Because she's so jealous.
There's
You got
no business like show business.
Oh, I was over there rehearsing Gypsy.
You're Gypsy, and I heard you were belting, so I came over.
Yes, the new belter. But she's looking at her like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
And Barbara's like terrified.
I know.
Reminds me of
It was
someone.
it's a great moment.
That's the great-
That-
one of the
that's
greatest.
from the Judy Garland show.
Yes, Judy Garland
but,
show.
the album was the Carnegie Hall album. It was a double album set.
Right.
61 it came out. And won the Grammy. And I used to get on the table and sing the whole album
So
at
when-
2.
when you
And
te-
then she was pissed off I was gay. I was like, she would
When
make
did
me
you
sing
tell
Judy
her?
Garland.
When did you tell
I
her?
never told her.
She just knew.
She knew, and she would try to scare me straight,
Okay. So
Meanwhile, she loved Harold, who was my sister's best friend, and
Right.
he was gay. So it was all about that it was her son, and she
Right.
just didn't,
So, you went back to your high school about 10, 12 years ago, and you went up to your drama
Yeah, the New York
teacher.
Times was
Yes.
running around with me to do an
And
article.
the
Jim
after,
Romano, he
yes.
just passed away.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I know.
He said that you were so out in high school. I mean, and this is the 70s.
Yep.
That when you graduated, he came out.
Yeah.
He came out.
Yep.
Wow.
He did.
Because
Wow.
he said,
Well, he was out, but not to the faculty, even though
Right
they knew.
on. Right.
But he was with a longtime partner who passed away, Cosmo, who was a wonderful guy, and I love them both. They were great guys. He helped me through my first love, which was unrequited because he was straight. He helped me through just being gay in high school.
Right.
I mean, I was okay about it because my sister Marion, who I really
love her.
looked up to in my whole life, she was an actress and a singer, and she went to Emerson.
She's a
She's what I
teacher.
wanted to be. She ended up being a teacher, and she retired a few years back. And I still get people that come up to me and go, "Your sister was my teacher," and they're like 80. I'm like, "What? Time has not passed." But I looked up to her so much, and she has all these gay friends, and I knew it was okay. I knew because of her.
Right.
So she really saved me.
She's an amazing person.
She is. She's
and
amazing.
you look exactly alike.
Well, she looks like my mother. Yeah, and
Was she close to your mother? Really?
None of us. Well, my sister Camille was. Camille was the favorite of both. She's the middle sister, the one that
Right.
I do and laugh for, that smokes and
Right.
drinks. And she's like, "I am not taking estrogen. I will get cancer." And then she puffs on a cigarette. So she was my mother and father's favorite.
Really?
And meanwhile, she's agoraphobic and she can't leave the house. I'm like, so what? She does. She comes out, but she's like, you got to get her to come out.
Right.
But she's I don't know.
I mean, we all came from psychotic families, but
Yeah, we did.
the fact that you were out in high school,
Yeah, I was really out.
is
I was out.
I mean, because I was so in the clset, scared that I would be killed. You
That was-
know,
and-
And I in junior high school, I actually really came out to a couple of friends and close family members when I was like 13 in junior high school.
Wow.
And then, I was fag bashed in high school, in junior high school.
Oh,
I used to like leave early and be afraid, and I never got hit because they would, you fucking fag, they would like, you fucking cocksucker, and I'd just go, you boys are terrible, you've got a chip on your shoulder, and then I'd run, and they'd be like, what?
What? Who was that?
You Bugs Bunnied them.
No,
Catherine Hepburn.
That's all right.
No, I know. No, I wasn't
right.
saying you were doing a Bugs Bunny impersonation, but you know how
VP.
No, but that's actually a good analogy. Okay. VP.
Thank you and thank you.
Okay, so but then all of a sudden, so funny because there was a couple of guys like John. There was a John and a Steven, who I'm still very close with. Steven. They were like captain of the football team. One of them was captain of the baseball team, and they and another John. They were all fucking Johns. They would like fucking torment me in high school. In junior high school, call me a fag, and it was horrible. And then finally, I sat in 10th grade when I went to high school. Behind me was Steven in French class. And I got humanized to him. I humanized myself to him, and he became my protector.
Nice.
Like, how did you do that?
Like, I just was myself. I was just who I was. I never begged for it. I was like, I mean, and then all those other guys came around, and from 10th grade on, I was the most popular kid. I was a star in high school.
Wow.
A much bigger star than I am comparatively in real life. It's very interesting. I'm serious. It's weird. I did my plays.
Is Stephen straight? John straight?
Stephen straight, John straight. Yeah, they were all straight. I still see Stephen. He was the captain of the football team.
Wow.
Number 11. I loved him so much.
I
love going back to my past like a Tennessee Williams character.
I can't. That's so interesting.
Yeah, so I became
never.
And I was gay. I was like, I mean, I was, and then Jim Romano was the teacher there, and I met him in 10th grade, and I think he was a little taken back by me at first.
Right.
And then
you changed his life.
I did change his life, and he changed my life.
And so you come to New York. You're in Boston doing stand up with all those guys, right? I mean, Dennis Leary is a guy's guy.
Dennis had my back all the time.
Yeah, Dennis
had
is
my
a great
back.
guy.
But a couple of those guys who also have come around and love me now. When I was doing stand up in the clubs when I was in college,
DePaulo and all them?
not DePaulo, but there was a couple of guys that were fucking brutal to me.
Who?
I don't want to say.
Oh, come on!
Because I love them now and they're my friends. But But again, I humanized myself to them,
right?
And they were like,
they were these. Same thing. You're just yourself.
You're just yourself. You're these Irish, straight stand-up comedians that I was in that. I was in a very
your
straight
class was,
Not only that,
the Boston
but
guys?
not only that, I'm talking about when I went to the Improv,
right?
And my professional career in the '80s, I was in a very straight. Semi-conservative situation, and I'm here like, and I didn't say I was gay on stage the first.
You're that just like me,
but I didn't lie about it. I never lied.
Hit it.
Never lied about it.
Yeah,
but in
the
mid '90s, or the early '90s, when I was finally asked by somebody in the press, I said yes.
Third Love's 24/7 T-shirt bra is the most comfortable bra that you could possibly own. It's made out of super soft, nice memory foam that molds to your shape and truly gives you the perfect fit.
I actually love this bra so much. I ride my bike wearing this bra. I've been in rehearsals wearing this bra. And I had the production of Shakespeare in the Park buy me this bra because they'll buy any bra for you. It's like so comfortable. It molds to your boobs. It's really, I have pretty big boobies.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No.
And
I've never noticed.
And I'm telling you, it's the greatest bra. It's so friggin' comfortable. So
it really
what's our
is.
deal? What's our deal?
It's so comfortable. They call it a 24/7 T-shirt bra. It's
it's
very
pretty because you don't even know it. I'm telling you, you can sweat in it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory. You can exercise in it. Go to thirdlove.com/killme. They'll give you a free trial offer. All you have to pay for is shipping. Wear it for 30 days.
I know you can return it.
Yeah,
but you're not going to want to.
No, absolutely not. No, come to make me buy her another one when I gave her the one that they sent me. She really runs out of underwear.
Right.
And she'll wear the same thing over and over again. So I'm really excited this came up. If you love it, keep it. and they'll charge your card after 30 days. If you don't love it, send it back for free and your
You're
card
gonna
won't
love
be
it.
charged.
I'm telling you, if I love it, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, and if you don't know your size or if you're unsure, a lot of people don't know their breast size. They have really, really friendly online specialists that will help you get it, find your perfect fit. They'll walk you through the measurements and make sure that you get the best bra that you could possibly own. Lenny just got some for his wife as a little little marriage gift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and used
Lenny
our code
Marcus.
and she's loving it. So
Yeah.
check out
Third Love, baby.
thirdlove.com/kill me.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
I mean, and I still don't talk about it that much on stage because
But we have the same philosophy.
Yeah.
I am a performer,
I'm a
who
performer.
happens to be gay.
Exactly.
It's
Thank
a
you
part
guys
of
for
my
doing
life.
that.
It is a part of my life. It's not all of my life, and
Yeah.
it's not all of who I am. And I don't do gay jokes all the time.
And the question, exactly. Then you're just a comedian that's either fat or gay or black or Asian that just does those jokes. You know, it's
but I hate when they when they do press and they're like lesbian comedian. I'm not a lesbian comedian. I'm a comedian
I used
who
to get
happens
that too.
to be a lesbian.
Once I was like, out publicly, they were like gay comedian. It's like, do you say straight comedian?
Right.
And do other people have to humanize themselves to every fucking person around them?
Well, humanizing yourself is just being yourself.
I
Yes.
know.
And,
It's
and
just-
it's just being, and it's
Makes
just
me
being,
angry.
and that's the
But
only
it
way you
happens
can
with
change
people who are racist
You know,
too, you know?
Exactly, I know.
It's not just
Yeah.
It's these people are taught this
even
prejudice.
even in Emerson College, which was 60% gay, there was some guys there that were not so cool about it, and I changed their minds just being
Of
who I
course.
was,
And
I
being
became their
out.
fraternity brothers, and they were like, okay, and,
Yeah.
I think eventually it would have happened for them anyway at
Right.
Emerson because Emerson was a gay school. Well,
Oh, God, I can't believe I
60%
didn't
gay
go.
at the time. I don't know what it is.
I would have
now.
been out way before. God damn it.
I was out and about. I didn't care.
Did you live at school?
My junior year, I did.
Okay.
My mother couldn't wait till I get out of the house, and then to move. And then when I moved, she's like, "Why don't you move back in?" I'm like, "Really?"
That's why she
Okay.
liked your middle sister.
yeah, because she never left.
All right.
No, she
so
didn't.
then you're in Boston for a while. When did you come to New York?
Well, my sister moved to New York in 1966, so I would come visit her.
Right.
So I would come sit, and she lived at. You know what's so funny? She lived at 176 Thompson Street in the Village. I just did a play with Ralph Macchio called A Room of My Own. This
Right, yes, that's
this
right.
Italian American play, which you didn't come see, which I was riveting in and got love letters for in the New York Times.
I'm sorry, but I was.
That's all right. So anyway, but this is the weird
Perfect.
thing. The play was written by a guy. It's about his family by Charles Messina. He grew up at 171 Thompson Street.
No way.
So when you look out the window of the set, the back of the apartment, where the
You
where
can
the window,
see your sister's.
There's a photograph of across the street, and there's 176 Thompson Street.
That
so
is
I had
so
a
weird.
moment about the snow when it was snowing. When I go up to the window with my coffee cup, and I'm like, "Oh, fresh snow, a white Christmas. Maybe it's a good sign." And then I go, "Who wants to go outside and build a snowman before the dogs piss and shit all over it?" So I look out the window and I see my sister's building every night.
That's amazing.
And I just did this play. So anyway, that was my first experience in New York, 176 Thompson Street. And my first Broadway show, Marion took me to see Pippin. With Ben Vereen.
Oh, Ben Vereen.
The first one.
Oh, my God.
I'll never
Is
forget
that
it.
the best? Is
Oh,
that the
when those
best?
hands came up,
I know.
that's all you see is hands. I went, "What the fuck is this?" My
Right.
head blew off.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And then I saw The Wiz, and
Right.
I
I saw
saw
Annie, I think, first.
I don't care. I'm glad I didn't see that. I don't care about that show.
Fuck you.
Could care less.
Okay, well, it was my bat mitzvah, and we went for my bat mitzvah present. Shut the
yeah,
fuck up.
all
Anyway, okay, so, but you really came out at, you were a comic, really, and
Yeah.
you started getting theater work, but you turned a lot of shit down.
I've turned a lot of stuff down, but
How do you feel about turning a lot of stuff down?
well,
You turned down The Lion King.
I did. I don't regret that. I didn't want to dress up and paint my face green and strap a puppet on my ass and work a puppet.
Now, what
it's
did
a brilliant
your-
show.
I know,
but I
but-
just didn't. I didn't want to. You got to do that 8 times a week. No way. I wasn't going to do it.
What did your manager age?
I didn't have a
agent?
manager. My agent was fine. He was like, "It's fine." Do it. I was like, "No." I just didn't want to do it. And then I just didn't want to do it.
What did they want you for? Which
Timon.
role? Timon. That's what I
which
would
is a
have.
great part.
cast
And I
you
did the
as.
workshop, and I just
But you didn't have to wear the thing in the workshop.
no, but I had to demonstrate the puppet.
That's pretty dope, though,
And
that you still got to experience it. I mean, it's not like you
And
turned
no
it
one,
down
no
completely.
one loves Disney more than me.
Right, I know.
Nobody.
You have this huge collection.
I have the cells. I have production cells, not limited edition serial
Oh,
graphs.
I have some
I have
regular
production
cells, yeah.
cells from old Disney movies. So
And remember your tchotchke?
Oh, I put them
things?
all away. Jerry maybe put them away. He was like, "These are I'm moving in. These are going away."
And there were hundreds.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. My mother bought them for me over Christmas and stuff.
And
yeah.
it was just little.
all these, they still make some of them.
the
All the
ceramic-y.
ceramic stuff and the bisque ones and the porcelain ones. Yeah, but now it's just the cells, which is artwork, and it's great stuff. I just didn't want to do it. That's just me. And then the other show that I turned down was The Producers. But the
Yes.
story about that, and I know Mel Brooks, and I love him, and it was what's interesting about it. I said I could have done it for 6 months.
Right.
They wanted a year.
Right.
And you know how many people I know this is what I know about this. When they really want you,
Yeah.
they will allow certain things.
Right.
If I could, I know many people that get 6-month contracts in a show. And I was playing Roger Bart, who did the role brilliantly.
Right.
I was playing his role, Carmen Gia. I couldn't do a year. I had to leave in November of 2001 to do Assassins, which
Right.
Joe Mantello was directing. And
yes.
I was not going to do that show.
No, hell
I was
no.
playing Sam Bick in that. It was a
Right.
great part. So, and then that got canceled because of 9/11.
Right. I remember this.
Because of
yes.
my part, Sam Bick attempted to hijack a plane and crash it into the White House to kill Nixon in
Right.
1973. He
Right.
never got it off the ground, but he would make tapes. So I had these 2 incredible monologues. One to Jack Anderson,
right.
who was
that
a
must have
journalist,
been such a mind fuck.
and one to Leonard Bernstein, and not Jack Anderson. One to Leonard Bernstein and one to Nixon. Anyway, I was not going to not do that show.
Right.
The other thing that happened during that time, and I did a lot of Sex and the City episodes during the time The Producers was on Broadway.
Right.
And they don't let you out.
Right, to do those
They
episodes.
won't let you out to do those episodes. So I would have lost out on that. So I don't
need
regret
the
that.
TV.
either.
I mean, the
You know,
TV.
and especially that.
Right.
And I love theater, but I could have done it, and it's never really about money for me. It's all about
Same,
This
same,
is
same.
and it's also another thing is, and it wasn't for that show. Another thing I fight for is billing. I'm 56 years old. People know my name. They know who I am. I don't want my name above the title, but I want my name somewhere so people know I'm in the show.
Right.
I may put a few people in the seats. Each
Right.
night.
Oh,
I won't
absolutely.
sell it out, but I'll put a few
Yeah.
people in the seats.
Yes,
Now
you will.
you've done so much theater, and then you got Sex in the City. Michael Patrick King.
Yeah.
Do you think you helped Michael Patrick King come out? He has done
That's interesting.
the Kill Me Now podcast. We had a lovely time.
I don't think I helped.
But he
Great
put a
show.
majorly gay character in there,
Right,
and he
I
wasn't out yet.
But I wasn't the first gay character in that show.
Right.
Willie was.
Right.
He
yeah.
played Stanford. He did it. He was in the first year.
Right.
I came in the third year.
Right.
You
but
know,
you were gay.
Well, he was way gay too because
Right.
he was way gayer.
think he was as gay?
Well,
Gay.
they dressed him way
Right.
gayer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was pretty gay.
Right.
I mean, I'm gay too, but there was
Yeah.
an edge to him.
Right.
I think what's lucky about that whole thing was there was already a gay character on the
Right.
show. If you're not with one of the girls sexually and you're not embedded into their
Right.
into their story, and you're not a straight male character, there's no room for you.
Right.
So the fact that I did that one episode, which was the first one, was the wedding dress.
Right.
They got a lot of calls and they were like, "We're bringing you back," and that was it. I only did 12 episodes over a period of 4 years,
Right.
but I got to do both movies.
Right. And it really catapulted your career.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? You also did Laugh Whore.
Yeah.
Which
My one-man show.
Joe Mantello
Directed that. He's
I went to
directed
that.
3 out of my 5.
I've gone to all of yours. Okay. All of your fucking shows. Okay. How many have you gone to of mine?
1.
Right. I've had 2.
I'm gonna come see Taming of the Shrew, which
Which
I
is-
did.
I
did it in
know, you
1998. I
you
played
did
Grumio in
Who was it?
1998.
Who started
It was-
it in 1998?
It was Allison Janney and J.O. Sanders.
Wow. So this is all female. I love playing a guy. I love it, love it, love it. I love it.
Okay, I'm glad you like it. And what?
You're gonna die.
Who are you playing?
I play Gremio.
Yo, Gremio.
The older suitor.
Why did he put two names that were very similar?
I don't know. We've talked about
Grumio
that.
and Gremio.
Yeah.
Just to be an ass, I guess. I don't know.
I played Grumio. I was funny in it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was funny in it, but
I'm
I did
pretty funny in it,
I
I
bet
think.
you are. I did The Tempest years
was
before
that?
that was hard.
It's hard to learn Shakespeare.
I hate it. I never thought I was going to do it in college.
know.
I'd shun it in college. I was like, I'm never going to do this professionally. And I ended up doing The Tempest that George Wolfe directed. I played Stefano. I got the worst reviews of my life.
Really?
Oh, yeah, horrible reviews. Well, I'm not so great at playing period.
Right.
But there are plenty of people that are doing it on Broadway right now that can't do it, as a matter of fact, or in the past.
What about
yes.
Taming?
Taming of the
Shandy
Shoe, I was good in
Schnappaway.
it. I was funny in that. You can
Did
tell by the
any-
laughs.
Oh, all right, now this is going to be...
The Tempest is not funny.
Right.
And it's considered one of his comedies.
Right.
Really?
No, it's not funny. I
No.
never thought it was.
No,
a
but
comedy.
Okay, listen.
Not a tragedy.
Do you think, this is just a Judy question, it's going to help me get other theater work that I'm doing the Shakespeare in the Park?
It certainly can't hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't promise you anything.
Really?
No, I can't.
That's
Liza,
a huge.
what do I do about...
No, that's not Liza.
No, I'm at... Oh, Judy.
Yes, darling.
I
It's
just-
a horrible business. I would say go home, leave.
Right, but I'm
buy
not
back your mother's house and live in Jersey and batten down the hashes and don't ever come out ever again.
Well, look, Judy, I'm making no money. What do I do?
Open a bakery.
Okay, so you've become friends with many of the people you mimic. Like, how did you become friends with Liza?
I'm really not friends with her. We
Do it, Liza. You know Mario, right?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Why?
Because he does my mother, and I don't like that.
Really?
Yeah,
But you did.
I don't mind that he does me, but he does me. He does me. I feel like he does me drunk, and
Really?
I don't like that.
But didn't he perform at your birthday party?
When? No, I don't think so.
So you have.
In a small cafe, in a cabaret, it's the singer.
You were doing shit like this on stage in clubs, and we would all be in the back,
I know,
fucking
Well,
hysterically laughing.
Lewis, who we don't talk anymore, but
But he did give Henry
Lewis,
a job at Caroline.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Lewis made me do Judy Garland on
Right.
stage, and I didn't want. I was already doing Betty
Right.
Davis, and I was like, "Look, I'm gay enough. My career's over." This was the '80s and the early '90s, and I was like,
Right.
you really do. I forfaited about 3/4 of
Right.
my work being homosexual.
Yeah.
Being
What-
out.
how do you think about me?
Don't you think it
Yeah.
was easier for women, gay
I-
women?
I think-
The famous gay people first were women.
That's true.
Ellen.
I think it
Rosie.
was hard for.
Because
I
men
came-
run this business and they're not threatened by that.
But I
Exactly.
came out as a gay.
It tintillates them.
I came out as a gay parent in the 90s. I was out before them on stage. I definitely think it definitely affected my career, but it's because of that macho. Yeah, I think they typecast.
Here's
you.
a story.
Absolutely, yeah.
What?
I was at the Improv. Jim McCauley was there. Jim was the
Booker for the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Okay.
It was 1986. He came. He saw me. He came running out, and he was like, "You're unbelievable, and I don't know what we're going to do with you, but we're going to find something, and we want to put you
Right.
on. We've got to figure out a good 6 minutes. Blah
Right.
blah. We're going to put you on." They booked me for October 26th, 1986. Who the?
Your fucking phone.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, go.
In a small cafe, it's the singer. So they booked me for October 26th, and
1986.
1986, and I got a call a week before, and I was doing a gig out of town somewhere. I think it was Ann Arbor, Michigan, which was a beautiful town and
Yes.
actually great audiences. It was
Yes.
fun. I got a call from Jim, and he said, "Look, I looked at the tape, your tape, because they had taped it
Yeah.
that night, and I just think your audience." And this is before I was even saying I was gay,
Right.
But he said, "Your your act has a gay edge to it, and I think it'll make Johnny nervous, so we're going to cancel it.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know that story?
And what did you...
And that night, Lily Tomlin was on, and I was like so
what?
excited because she's the reason why I do this.
Are you
One of the
fucking
reasons.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Did you ever tell that story on stage or anything?
No, it's not funny.
No,
No,
it's
but
not.
it's a good story.
It is
Can
a
you
good story.
fucking with your goddamn
It's
phone?
the phone to say I got messages.
So
Yeah.
I remember. I mean, when I used to hang out at Catch all the time, and Lloyd loved me. Remember Lloyd, the bass player? Yes. And I used to watch. It was you, Susie, Joy, and I used to hang out with Eve because she was in high school.
Evil.
And,
Evil.
Eve.
Yeah. Eve. All
Eve
about
Behar.
Eve. Eve
And she
Behar.
goes,
Eve. You better let Mrs. Brown take care of the wardrobe. Yeah.
So you guys never went on the road.
No.
And I
Rarely.
Yeah, and
Ann Arbor, Michigan, Toronto. That was it.
And I went on the road because
And I never did well.
it was hard. It was really hard.
Oh, it was awful.
But-
I would collect my money. I would do like 6 sets on the weekend and
Right.
just collect $50 each one,
one.
or $70, whatever it was, and that's how I'd pay my rent.
Right.
Is
It
that
was-
because you were gay?
No,
Is this
because
what you're asking?
I didn't want to go on the road.
I know.
and it was fear because you go outside the city and it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
It is, and it was. I think I still have PTSD from it
Oh.
because if I really sat down and thought about like the shitty hotel, like
Yeah.
just how horrible it was,
Yeah.
and then I just wanted stage time and the depression and the weeks and
Yeah.
days I could
Yeah.
have been in fucking New York City. All right,
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us have a PTSD of some sort.
right, but it's
From
about
being
me right
queer.
now.
From
VP.
oh no, it's
VP.
always about you.
VP.
boss.
So that's voice appropriation.
I know it is.
Okay, so you guys never went on the road, yet you did make great careers for yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I guess.
You are married to Jerry,
Yeah.
who is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
You've recently performed at Lincoln Center.
Yeah, we did. We did the Lincoln Center American Songbook. at
I know.
The Appel. It was the first time we ever actually did anything on stage together in concert musically. We did a play together.
But you did Steve.
We did
together.
Steve, that Cynthia Nixon directed, in October or
Right.
November.
Right.
And then we did this in February, and we just did it again. At
And
the
how
Bay
is it
Street.
working with your husband?
It's great. It's
Do you fight?
no. I mean, we have disagreements.
25
but not,
years.
Not really. I mean, he annoys me, and I annoy him, and we get quiet with each other sometimes, but that's fine. But you got to give each other space and not be like, why are you quiet? Why aren't you talking? What do you think about?
Oh
You
God,
can't do that.
Oh my God, that is Elisa.
Cannot do that.
I know.
To people, you got to be comfortable in your silence with each
Right.
other, and you got to be able to travel well together.
That's
But-
what we do. We
yeah.
travel well together.
That's an important thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
But we did this, and we will do it again sometime soon. But we just did it, so
Okay.
you missed it.
Assholes.
I actually wrote to you because I had rehearsal and I said I can't come.
I know you. I know you were in rehearsal.
All right, listen. The View.
Yeah,
You have been a major part of that show.
yeah.
And why the fuck can't I get a fucking job on that goddamn show?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
I know.
so I don't know. I really don't.
I know. But
it's.
you're going to still do the Oscar thing, right?
No, I haven't done that for years. No,
Really?
it's all morphed into other things, and this year I just haven't been on. I've been on it like a few times,
Right.
But last year, when the whole regime changed,
Right.
I was on it more than ever.
I know.
It was unbelievable. And then this year, the regime changed again. It just didn't work out in my favor. It's also gotten very political.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, before it was a nice mix, and now
Right.
I just think I don't like all that. I think it's too. So I'm also not up. I never watch it, so maybe it hasn't gotten too political. Maybe I'm speaking out of my
No,
ass.
but it's just-
But
but it's
I'm
all-
not.
it's
If I'm
also-
not on it, I'm not up.
it's just like that genre.
Yeah.
Where she really created that, Barbara.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's copied it. And now
Everyone's copied it.
But now it's ridiculous because now it's like type A, type B, type C,
Yeah.
type, and instead of this one gets along with that one, it's ridiculous.
Look, it's just.
I just want a fucking job on TV. All I
So do
want,
I.
I just want.
I agree with you.
Even just a recurring something, so I don't have to worry about money.
I know.
Do you worry about money?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, I didn't make a lot of money doing Sex and the City until I did the movies. But
Right.
the show, I've never had a series.
Right.
So, I'm poor and semi-famous. That's
Right.
basically what I am. But I mean, I do okay because I do well. I do a lot of concerts and I
Right.
do well with that.
Right.
Which, by the way, I will be at the West Hampton Performing Arts Center July 2nd if this airs before
yes,
then.
it will be airing tomorrow. Isn't
It's
it?
airing tomorrow.
It is airing tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
July
fucking
2nd,
Awesome.
the West Hampton Performing Arts Center in Long Island.
So I find that your marriage
Yeah.
to be, because it's 25 years, you're both in showbiz.
Yeah.
To be an anomaly.
Yeah, well, because he doesn't have the mentality of the actor. I mean, he's an actor, but he's a director and a writer
Right.
more so.
Right.
And especially in his head. And I think that's why we get along really well. Because he's like, okay, honey, you can have all the attention. He's good that way.
That's great.
But
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it's horrible being two it's horrible being
it's hard.
a therapist and a comic.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all right. So you're a very young looking. Come on, you look
I look
really
younger
good.
than I am, but
do you dye your hair?
I do a little color in the hair now. Yeah, I never used to, but I just started to.
And any facial surgery?
No, God,
it's
no.
unbelievable.
Nothing on the face.
What do you think
no
about...
No cuts, no Botox, no
right.
injections.
What do you think about
no
that? Because I
fat
know a
in
lot
my
of...
ass injected into my cheeks. No, nothing.
No.
I
You're
know a lot of
beautiful.
people who have done this. What do you think about it?
I think it looks weird. Sometimes
I don't think anyone looks
No,
normal.
everyone. I mean, the Botox thing. Everyone looks completely surprised all the time.
Right.
So I don't know what. I would never do that.
I think Jane Fonda's looks pretty decent.
She does look great.
Yeah, and so does Lily Tomlin. I think they both got a little bit.
Yeah, she looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought
Lily
the...
Tomlin
not
has
a
a funny
glamour.
looking face. She always
Yeah,
has
yeah,
had a
so it's
Right, but
okay,
I
you
just
know.
bought the tape, so I'm going to try the tape.
What are you, Gloria Swanson? That's what
Yes,
she did.
she
taped
did.
it.
They have tape now. They have a tape with the string that goes behind your... I
Didn't
just wanna
Kathy
see-
and Jimmy tell
Yeah,
you?
Kathy and Jimmy told us about it.
But your face is not falling.
I love you. What about this right
no,
here? I
you
don't
look
like
pretty
that.
good. And I'm older than you. I'm much older than
No,
you.
you're not much older. You're
Yeah.
like 2 years older than me. What year?
1959, December. I'm 56. I'll be 57.
All right, you're 3 years older than me.
Okay,
You
so
guys are both pretty fucking gorgeous.
pretty young.
Oh, thank
Look,
you.
thank you, darling.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You're not on voice
Yeah,
probation
yeah.
right now.
The VP has been lifted.
Okay. What do you... I hate asking people this question, so I'm not even going to ask this question. But I just... I want... All right, what do you think of this? All of us. You, me,
Yeah.
all the people that everyone's like... Because how many times have you heard you're not going to get the part because you're funnier than the star? Or you're not going to get this because this one feels threatened or that.
You're
Do you ever get that?
overqualified?
No, I don't think anybody ever tells you the truth.
Right.
So, no, I've never heard that. But, I heard too gay for years.
Right.
And now it's almost like, I'm too famous for my own good and
Right.
I'm that one thing.
Right.
So that's why I've gone back to theater, which I really love to do.
I love theater.
And I love doing theater. I mean, it's my favorite thing.
Right.
It's just, I am picky about it because, especially now, I mean, I've always been picky
Do
about
you,
it.
you
but
don't
you know
regret
you gotta do
anything that you've turned down?
No.
Wow.
No, I don't. Those two things, no, I don't.
And do you have manager agent now?
I have an agent.
Right.
And a manager for my live stuff, yeah, for my concert stuff.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Because we've all been through.
I live a simple life.
We've all been through numerous managers and
God.
agents. And
Managers
it's
for
been,
me. I don't feel like I'm at a level that I need a manager.
Right.
But for my live stuff, for my concerts,
Do you have
yeah.
a publicist?
Yes, but
It's
it's
per
a
gig.
and it's a really good. I've been working with him since 1998, Jim Menino, and he's a great guy.
Oh,
It's
and he's Italian.
very fair and good.
What's your favorite impression to do?
Yes, good
I don't
question.
know. I performed at Aretha Franklin's birthday party. Do you
Yes,
know
I
this
knew.
story?
What? Go ahead. Tell me.
I'm joking. Put it on pause.
Okay.
Pause.
Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Go.
All right. So I worked with Aretha Franklin. I didn't work with her. She asked me. She wrote me.
Okay, so you had never spoken to her before in your
No,
life.
I
Okay.
had no idea she knew who I was, but she
Right.
watches a lot of daytime, so she knew the View.
Oh, okay.
She wanted a few minutes of stand up.
Uh huh.
And some respect.
Wait, how much do you hate that?
A few minutes of stand up,
Okay.
which is the awful thing.
Right.
At a birthday party.
Right.
In the Ritz-Carlton lobby lounge.
No,
Which is
I know.
But she wanted my Judy Garland impression.
Okay.
She wanted me to do Judy Garland. I met her the day before. She was so nice. And she had no idea, like, what a big fan I was. Like, I'm sure she knows that I know who she is.
Right.
But this was a
I
big
mean,
deal.
she's fucking
I was like,
unbelievable.
I go back to like when she was recording on Columbia when
Right.
she was in her teens. I have that box set of all those 10 albums. And I was telling her that. She goes, you go way back. I said, you don't know how big this is. It's a big deal that I'm meeting you. Wow. She said, well, I saw you on The View and you're so funny. She goes, and when I saw you do Judy Garland, I said, that boy is too good. So I said, she was like, I was thinking of inviting Liza. I was like, don't do it. I said, she doesn't like me that much. I do her. And
You really don't.
She doesn't like that I do her mother. And she thinks that I do her drunk. And I don't do her drunk. I do her the way I see her.
You do her better than she does her.
You know, but I do love Liza and think she's the great. I don't really do people I love.
Right.
Yeah.
So
funny.
And then I ended up. I had to talk to my sister Camille about what I was going to do at the party, and she was like, "She wants Judy Garland. You have to do 2 songs." I said, "I was just going to do some stand up. Don't do any stand up. Don't talk. Just fucking sing." I'm like, "But I think I was going to do this material about this, and this. No, do not do." And don't do a lot of Liza. She wants Judy. I'm like, oh my God. And I was so mad at her.
Wow.
And she turned out to be right.
She sounds like your manager.
Wow.
But
So what'd you do?
I did a minute of stand-up. No
Like
laugh.
what was it?
About taking a cab and treating the cab driver like Faye Dunaway. You know
Okay.
the whole thing. Why do you defy me? I told you to drive up 6th Avenue and across 44th Street. No laughs at all.
Right.
She's sitting on a couch right in
Who
front of me
else is there?
With
Who else is there?
stone-faced Jesse Jackson, not laughing at anything. But
Well,
I just
he doesn't have a lot to laugh
I did
about.
2 minutes, and there were people like standing up, and there's a wall in the middle of the room. It certainly wasn't conducive to comedy. I was like, get to the music. So then I broke into Liza, and she liked that. And then I
did Liza.
I did a little Liza.
Her tail started
and then I
wagging.
did my Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli duet. My
Nice.
virtual reality,
Right.
where she has the screen come down, and
Right.
and Mom is going to be there because Natalie Cole did it with her father, so I could do it with my dead mother, you know. So, and then meanwhile, they're all friends with Nat King Cole and Natalie, and I'm talking about Natalie Cole.
All right.
So then I did that duet, and she liked that. Judy, Aretha liked that, and then I came out of the duet and started talking to her as Judy. We had a little conversation about.
What'd you say?
Are you afraid of performing? I'm very afraid. Are you afraid? She's like, no. I was like, oh fuck. So I was like, oh, they have to push me on stage, you know. And I had a whole bit which I didn't do about, I think, except for, well, she's an exception, and Marty Short's an exception.
Right.
The great ones are. I always say Liza, because Liza was like, I'm so scared to do this, Mama.
Right.
And Judy says, Liza, the ones with the greatest fear have the greatest talent. And I think that's true in most cases.
Yes.
But, you know, Aretha was like, no. I was like, oh, shit. So she's I can't do that joke. So I just was like, I'm afraid of everything. And then I sang Get Happy.
Wait, did she...
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Shout and shine, come on, get happy. Yeah, I did the whole thing.
Wait, I have to do the Barbara part.
Never
No,
stop.
that's the other one. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy.
The skies
All right, that's
clear
enough, Barbara.
again.
Almost exact, you guys. Almost exact.
I'll sing a song of fear again. Happy days are here again.
We're heading across the river. Soon your cares will all be gone.
No more from now on.
Forget your troubles.
Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us. Oh, sorry, fucked up.
Then you do happy times,
happy nights,
happy nights, happy days are here again.
Oh God, they hate us here. So, thank you for that. Yeah. Did she like it?
Yeah, she
Did you
liked
get
it.
paid?
Yes.
A lot.
No, she paid me. I would have done it for free.
Right.
She offered me a fee, and I said, at whatever you want. I did not.
Was it
go,
a
"No."
generous fee?
Very, and you know, it was this is
respectful.
It was very. I would have done it for free.
Right.
Yeah. It was. And and she pays you the way she likes to get paid.
How?
In cash.
All right.
Oh my God, that's the best.
Nice.
It was. They brought the cake over to her. And everyone's around singing happy birthday. And I was just going to go over and say thank you, you know, because she was so sweet.
Right.
And so she had me sit down. But she was being interviewed by an iPhone. And I'm standing next to the person interviewing. And there's a lot of people around the table. And they're all giving her gifts. And her security guard goes like this to me. Come here, and points to the chair. And as that woman in front of me is interviewing her on an iPhone, she goes into her purse and starts counting
money,
$100 bills, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I was like, "Oh my God!" So then when I sat down, I said, "Were you happy with it?" She goes, "Yes, I was." I said, "Did Judy Garland do right by you?" She said, "Yes, she did." And she took the money. She went, "Count this." So I went, "I'm good. I'm okay. It's fine." She went, No, count this." So I counted it, and it was actually, when I counted it, it was short because I can't count it. I'm an idiot. It was not short at all when I counted it a few minutes later when I was private, in a private room.
Right.
But I was like, it's fine, it's good, you know. But I was like, she just pays
and you don't have to.
No, you know, she just pays you.
Do you still have some of that left?
Oh yeah, I do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Good.
do the tax thing.
Good.
I'm very legit with my taxes.
I know, me too.
You got to be.
You just have to be because.
I get your troubles, come on and hurry.
All right, who's your favorite, like Broadway belter right now?
Good question.
I'll tell you who. There's a couple. Well, that girl Cynthia Irvino, who's in The Color Purple. She's playing Celie. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Really?
Never.
I gotta see it.
Never. Not since Jennifer Holiday in Dreamgirls, where people stand up in the middle of the show.
Oh, yeah.
After her number.
Right.
It's insane. She's otherworldly.
Right.
That's something I haven't seen in a long time.
Right. Is she up for an Anthony Award?
She won the Drama Desk last night,
Were you at the Drama
Desk? Yeah, well, I
Desk?
presented. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Michael Urie was the host. He was wonderful.
I
It
was
fun.
nominated for Drama Desk, and they put me in row S for sorry.
Did they?
Yeah, it was like high school. It's like, why am I? I'm like in the back. I have a shitty seat, so I was like, oh, I lost.
Well, they didn't nominate my one man show. The Tonys did.
Right, I know.
The
you
Drama
got
Desk.
I know.
The Drama Desk has best solo show.
I know.
And there were 7 of them nominated. They did not nominate me.
I know.
And then I thought,
You know that's politics.
But I got nominated, and then I was nominated against a Holocaust. What's his name?
Oh boy.
So you can't win. You know, the Holocaust always wins. All right, go ahead.
That's the quote for the show.
What were we talking about?
Who else? Yeah, who else is?
You know, I mean, she hasn't done something in a little while, and her husband just passed away, and I adore her, and he was a great guy. Sean Elliott just passed away. Donna Murphy.
I
she's
love
one of
her.
the great Broadway.
Yes,
she's a god.
And and the girls. I love Audra McDonald. I love Kelly
her.
O'Hara.
I love
Marin Maisie, who I just saw in The King and I, who was magnificent.
Closing.
She replaced. I know they just posted it. She replaced. I saw both of them. They're both great. But then there's a girl that, she's a friend of mine. Her name is Amy Spanger. She was in.
I know her.
Do you know? She was in the Kiss Me Kate revival.
Right.
She played. Always true to you, darling, in my fashion. And I'm always her. And I didn't even know her at the time. She was married to Michael Hall. I was very close to both of them for a long time. We traveled together and hung out, and then they got divorced, and it was troubling. You don't know where to go. It's awful, and I love them both. But she, on stage, that voice, she's like Judy Garland. She's pretty great.
Julia Child.
What about her?
When did you? I mean, you've been doing Julia.
Someone said to me, my first impression.
Well, my first impression was Lily Tomlin's Ernestine and Edith Ann. And someone said to me, you should do Julia Child. And I was like, well, who is she? I was like 12.
Right.
So I went on.
I loved her.
I looked on PBS and I was
She
like,
was a spy.
Yes.
Did you know in World War
No,
II she was a spy?
Yeah.
I just picked it up. And I the first time I did it was in junior high school at youth night. And I had her making a crepe Suzette.
Right.
And then
Oh, God, I
when I was in
remember
the Emerson
watching her.
Comedy
Yeah.
Workshop, the first time I did it, I did it for my audition, and then when I did it in one of the shows, I did her like rolling a joint and teaching people how to clean the marijuana. And I was like, you have to take the marijuana and get a colander. A colander is round with holes in it, or a little screen, and you have to scrape the marijuana.
This is a YouTube video.
And if you don't have any kind of little screen, you could take a screen window right out of the window and scrape the marijuana and tilt it upward so all the seeds just roll down to the bottom.
And that was the sketch I did at the end. But
Now,
and then I did her on Steam Pipe Alley.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I baked stuffed
love
Little
that.
Mermaid. I made a Ken and Barbie quiche.
Oh, I loved it. But do you the icons who you mimic are now the kids don't know who they are. So what happens when you go? Are there any new people that you want to?
Well, I do Bruce Springsteen.
Right, I know.
I do him very well.
How is Bruce?
He's good. I can only do it in a song. I can't talk.
Shut
like
the
him.
fuck up.
I need a band with him.
Were you born to run?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
I
whatever.
was born to. No, you're not going to get me to do them.
I didn't say I was.
That costs
Fuck
money. It costs a lot of money.
Henriette Mantel loves him.
Yeah, I love Bruce Springsteen, but I do. Everyone I do is dead, and I just will continue to do them to educate these motherfuckers.
I
who
know.
They were.
I agree.
And to
I mean,
keep them
Liza's not
alive.
dead. They all know who she is.
Right.
Judy, they either know or they don't know, but
Right.
I don't care because it's a big part of
Right.
the show, and I do her.
I've asked kids if they know Barbra Streisand. They're like, no. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
She'd
It's sad.
be very upset about that.
Parents aren't doing their job.
No.
What we ask every guest a couple of questions.
I do Shelley Winters. She's
nice.
dead.
Oh, remember
Who
her
else?
and Poseidon?
I got a swimming medal. I did look, Manny. I can swim. Give this to the kids, Manny. I'm dying.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite movies.
Great movie.
ever.
I got fat for that film. I used to look like Marilyn Monroe. I had a body like Marilyn. I gave Marilyn my look. Marilyn Monroe. I gave Marilyn Monroe my look. And I just throw it away. So you can take the black, the blonde, and the mix
God.
it.
If you're fighting with Jerry, do you ever go into another character?
God, no.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
There's one time in 25 years of being with him that he actually screamed at me and slammed his fist on the counter.
What?
Once.
What was
I
it
don't even
over?
know what it was. It was about probably 7 or 8 years into the relationship. Yeah. That's the only time he's ever
Did
really
he
done
scare
that.
you?
No. I mean, he's raised his voice, but never screamed and slammed us. Yeah, he scared me. I didn't like that. it was like being married to Sid Luft. He was a brute, a terrible man. I don't like that.
Now, I think I know the answer to this question.
Okay.
Have you ever been on or are you on antidepressants?
No.
See?
I probably should
I knew
be.
it.
How did you know?
I just know. I just could
Yeah,
tell.
I'm starting to be able to tell now too since
Yeah.
doing this show.
I have been on medication for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, and I had a very bad depression, nervous breakdown in 2010. So now my fear of having another depression, keeps me on medication.
yeah.
But I've just gotten rid of a couple of things.
Okay.
But you've never...
Never any antidepressants, no. Once in a while, I'll take a Xanax if I have to fly.
Right.
If I'm on a plane, I should
Do
get
you-
frequent
why do you
flyer
think
miles
you
from
should-
Pfizer. That's how much Xanax I take on a plane. No.
Have you ever thought about it? Have you
I thought about it.
have you ever gone into a very melancholy, horrible place?
Yeah, but not for long.
Right.
But I'm a depressed person.
What? Any therapy?
Oh, yeah. Once a week.
Yeah, me too.
Once a week. I go.
Same therapist?
Yeah.
For how long?
30 years.
Oh my God.
Forget to travel.
30 fucking years?
Get therapy.
How old is your therapist?
She's 70.
30
Yeah.
fucking years?
Wow.
And does she
She's
come see
been
you
there for
perform
a
or
lot.
anything?
She has.
And
Yeah,
you
she
talk
has.
to her after? There's no boundaries.
No, she doesn't. I don't talk to her afterwards, but she comes. I make her come. First, she was like, I don't know. I was like, you're coming to the play.
I know. I
that's
want
what I told my
therapist to come
therapist.
to
I wanted to know how
Shakespeare.
talented I am.
Well, I mean, also, it's just a better way to get to know you, like really
Right.
know a part of you they
I
don't
think
get
so,
to see
too.
in the office.
I agree.
I want my
So-
therapist to come to Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But she
they
was
should.
like, "Do you think this is a good? You mean you're now not going to make money?" I had money gigs that I had to cancel. I said, "No, I have to do Shakespeare in the Park." Like you,
Good
yeah.
for you.
It's,
I love
that's
it.
soul food.
and it was a bucket list thing. And I feel like I've learned so fucking. And Janet McTeer,
Oh my
Forget it.
God.
I love
I
her.
mean, she's amazing.
I love
You're
her.
coming, right?
Yes. When am I coming?
You tell me when.
When do you got a show?
We're only have
Every
3 more
day.
weeks.
Well, I better get there this week.
I know. What? No, every guest has asked this as well. What pisses you off the most as you're looking at your phone?
What pisses me
That
off?
was for the
what
show.
really fucking pisses you off? And you get
Well, what pisses me off? Reality
Like-
shows and reality stars. That makes me very angry.
You mentioned this
All
in
of it.
interviews a lot.
I don't like it, and I've been offered a lot of them, and I say no. And I would rather bake scones and sell them to the children out my window.
and what
Then-
what
That
about
sounds
it?
nice.
I wouldn't do it. I just won't.
But you-
really
all right,
it's
now-
really upsetting. All of it. And when I was younger, this just didn't exist.
Right, and it's
And-
dumbed us down. We're
And all the
voyeurs.
social media stuff.
I can't-
People hiding behind their
Right.
computers and not showing their faces and
Right.
saying whatever they want. That's really upsetting.
Right.
And I never really give back. I never say anything. And people say shitty things, of course. And I just ignore it or block them or whatever like
Right.
that. But last night some woman on my Facebook page in her profile picture was a poodle. So she
Yeah.
was probably lovely looking, and and she just said, Mario Cantone is simply awful, and he should. 20,000 people probably left the live stream when he went on. I said, and her name was Sabrina. I said, "You are correct, Sabrina, the middle-aged witch." They did leave, and they all came to my house. Now get off my page and take your poodle with you.
And
Nothing.
I get a lot.
She probably told all
You know,
her
you
friends.
used
Oh,
to
yeah.
do Opie and Anthony
But
a
what's-
lot.
I'll tell you the other thing
Right,
you do.
go ahead.
You can turn, I got a lot of great tweets last night, and a couple of not so good ones. The ones that were not so good, I just kind of played with them.
Right.
And they came back and they were like, "LOL, you're right. Love your work." Like,
Yeah, I do that all
and
the
you
time,
do that,
Judy.
it turns them
Oh, I do
around.
it all
like,
the time. I go,
"Holy
"Oh my
shit."
god,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
really?" My
They
kids
just
tell me
want
that all the
attention,
time.
you know.
Yeah,
They just
But
want
it's like
attention,
people have
yeah.
a platform who don't deserve to have a platform,
Absolutely.
and
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
right. It's like
Anybody
and
is-
and how hateful is it to be sitting at home and say, "You suck, you suck." Get out of your fucking house and do something constructive.
It's all awful.
I get a
don't-
lot of anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah, she does.
I get a lot of. There's
That's
a lot of
unbelievable.
anti-Semitic. There is so
Oh,
much.
it's so hack.
You
Jew,
Jew,
I don't even
Jew,
get. I don't
Jew.
get a lot of gay bashing, which is amazing.
Oh, I get a lot of anti-Semitic.
You hear that, audience? Mario needs more gay bashing on his
Yeah,
page.
come
Yeah,
on,
that's nice.
Bring it.
So, yeah,
That's the
you
stuff.
think it's the reality. Now, I've done a couple, and I felt guilty. But
I do Teresa Caputo's. I would.
I love her.
I love her too because she's lighthearted.
Right.
That's all lighthearted, and she's an Italian woman
Right.
with whether you think
right.
her talent is legit or
Right.
not, it's a legit business.
Right.
But I remember being on The View, and Teresa
Right.
from the Housewives was I never have seen.
you
an
ever seen a Housewife?
Never seen
Never.
an episode.
Never.
Not one. On my
Never.
mother's grave, never have. Didn't know who she was. She had a hairline down to
Right.
her eyebrows. She looked like she was wearing
Never.
a hoodie.
Huh.
And I was like, I said,
What about-
She
have
was
you ever-
nice, but I was like, I don't know.
Have
who
you
are.
ever done Andy Cohen's show on Bravo?
I was asked to do it at the beginning, but you had to sit with the housewife. And I
Right.
didn't want to do that. But now he's, wanted me to do his radio show, and I said, I don't want to do your radio show. I want to come on and do your show.
Right.
I said, and now I don't have to sit with the housewife.
Right.
So what are you waiting for? And he hasn't asked me.
I did the bar last year. I was a bartender.
I will not be a bartender.
Right. And it was like, what do I have to do? You always feel like, don't you get, I always feel like, wait a minute. we were doing this way before
Yeah.
any of you. We set the stage so
Yeah.
that you could be gay.
Yes,
gay.
oh, I know.
And yet,
And
and
then-
it's like, see, what pisses me off is when people make it big and then come out. You know,
Yeah,
well,
it happens all the time.
And then want,
And then
attention
it's
for
like-
it or
See,
respect.
my thing is this, also like I just had a big interview with The Advocate about gay comedy.
Right.
And they said to me, we couldn't have done this without you because you're the grandfather of this as far as the men go.
Absolutely.
And it was so nice to hear that from my people.
Right.
Because I don't get acknowledged by my people as
Same.
much as I'd like to, believe me. I mean, I was in the Out 100 once.
Yeah.
A while ago, and that's it.
Same.
But as far as The Advocate goes, there's that. My Laugh Whore was the number 2 national stage production in the country of the year 2004.
Right.
They voted me number 2. It was Caroline or Change, and then me.
Right.
The Advocate. And I was like, I'm so happy
Right.
that you guys acknowledge me. I mean,
it's so weird
But-
not getting acknowledged by your own community.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it-
I don't even get invited
because-
to the women's dance at the
because-
fun. It's
but-
ridiculous.
but
And I
the
used to host it.
Wow.
The two of you are going to be written about
when we're dead,
in school
in books.
in
I
school
just- I
books,
don't
in
get
classes.
it. I
People
don't-
already study you guys in
please.
classes in
Do
their
they?
gender studies classes. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I
you
don't.
guys, yes, they are, Mario.
Who's studying me?
Yeah, anyone.
It's just I really, and it's not like
It sucks to be
I'm
a
not
pioneer.
bitter. I don't feel any bitterness. I just feel like, wow,
I'm
when
not
you didn't
bitter.
have
I'm just
anyone to use
tired.
for these things, we were fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's like, who's the new younger
Right.
gay now? Now we
Right.
know what you do. Who's the next one? That's how it is now. And there's only room for a few of us,
Right.
Especially in the
Apparently.
men area. That's
Right.
it, I mean, but yeah, I mean, and I was never a militant activist, but I
Right.
was gay. I was out.
You
I was
were.
who I was, and because I don't think I was militant and fiery about it,
Right.
that I was not really a pioneer.
Right.
No, that's ridiculous.
But
No,
I-
it's between the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King. One is very peaceful,
I
lives
think,
their lives,
I
moves
think
forward. The
Bob
other one
Smith
shouts.
was a very.
Oh yeah,
He was.
He was a big one.
He was He was the first one
sure
ever.
was.
Bob Smith,
Yes.
absolutely,
And
100%.
he really taught. I mean, he was so fearless and yet,
Yeah.
and so non-threatening.
Yeah.
And it was
Freedom
just matter
fighter.
of fact from 1985
Yes.
at Comedy U Grand.
Yep.
Just
He was.
Yeah.
He
well,
was
you
the first, and
guys
he was,
all made yourself so accessible.
I love him
He's
so
a
much.
sweet guy.
And now
he's
has
brilliant.
ALS,
I know.
and it's
Oh,
horrible.
God. That's why
And
we have to just-
Dick Cheney's alive.
Well,
and Bob Smith has ALS.
Yeah, go on Bob Smith's Facebook page and say what's up. Drop him a line and say,
He's
hey.
the sweetest
He's
guy.
just the greatest guy and so fucking smart. He has a book coming out in September.
Oh, I'm excited. to-
Rehab.
I think he wrote me a while ago.
Right, he can't write anymore.
No, but he
Yeah.
he sent me a message. A while
He's the
ago.
best.
It was a while ago,
Now
but-
we're all depressed.
I
So
know.
reality TV,
Yeah.
which I think started. Yes, I know you're looking at my watch. We can get out of here.
Hello.
But reality TV, I think, started with the OJ trial.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that's
And
when we became voyeurs,
I
like
think
where you
the first was Court TV.
Court TV.
Court TV, but I loved Court TV.
Yeah.
But they were trials. It's a whole
Right.
other thing. These people didn't become famous
Right.
off of a trial. The
now-
Menendez trial was first.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was way better than the OJ one.
I know that was a really good one.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was-
miss a
Because
day.
I didn't miss Eric and Lyle, and he gets married. That was one of my things when I was screaming
married.
about it. He gets married in jail. I can't get married. Jerry Sandusky can get married. I can't get what the
yeah.
fuck?
I know.
Okay, Mary Kay Letourneau. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
But we're married now.
Yeah, we're
They're
married now.
still together.
I love you.
I love you too.
No, I think you're so fucking talented. Let's do a show. All the people that should have their own shows, and we just do a show. We're all on it.
Okay.
And what could we do? We could just be ourselves.
Yeah, but that's a reality show, so I'm
Oh
out.
no! We would have to.
it could be. It could be
I'll
like
be home.
the anti-reality
like
show.
a
I
house.
can't. Have you ever met the Kardashians?
No. Oh yes, I've met Kim. I took
And?
a picture with. There's a picture online with the
Right.
showing our asses, which mine is just as
Right.
nice.
And yet you. I mean, I cannot, and I can't stand Bruce / Caitlyn.
Let me tell you something.
Caitlyn. Is I've come out.
last
against-
June.
It's just
This was last
Caitlyn. She's
June.
a whore.
A year
and a
ago,
bitch. It's fine.
this month, I played Parker Playhouse, and I did 10 minutes on him, and I killed him. I lambasted
her.
And I don't care.
I know.
I don't give a fuck what I say about him.
Republican.
Republican. And I saw it on the Diane Sawyer interview.
Right.
From the beginning.
I know.
When he smirked about Obama.
Right.
And he was like, I'm Republican. And she was like, well, what do you think your party would think? Well, I think John Boehner would have my back. Yeah, up against a tree in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Really? I was furious.
But the thing is like,
furious.
Who the fuck fought for your goddamn rights?
Yeah, it's because of you guys that
It's
she's even alive today.
It's because of President Obama that the T word is mentioned.
Right.
The Clintons never said T.
Right.
They maybe said it when they had some finger sandwiches and scones, but they never said the T word. It was Obama that first brought in the transgender situation.
And I'm going to
grouped
miss him.
It in with
I
us
am
and
going
did
to
it
miss
the way
them.
we all wanted it to
How
do
much
it.
are you going to miss them?
Oh, I'm
Classiest.
devastated he's leaving. I met him once.
I met her.
I met her
cool.
too. She was
Whatever.
very nice, but he shook my hand and he said to me in the middle of the view, he's like, I love this guy.
Nice.
I was like, what?
Obama's
and he shook
a
my hand and I
fan.
said, Mr. President, I said, as king of the gays, we thank you. And he threw his head back and laughed. And I said, this is my husband, Jerry. He shook Jerry's hand and he said to Jerry, I love this guy. And Jerry said to him, I love him too, Mr. President.
Oh my God, you can never leave Jerry. Okay, before we go, what was... I want to get invited to that gay White House thing. Why don't I fucking get invited?
I've never been to the gay White House thing.
Okay, listen.
We're not important enough.
Listen,
okay.
Miss America 2014 judge. How was that?
Oh, it was fun.
It was?
Yeah, it was fun. You're sequestered for a few days, but it was fun. I enjoyed working with Lance, and Barbara Cochran was the funnest.
Oh, yeah.
She is awesome. I had fun with her. And Carla Hall. It was a good group. We had a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. I'd do it again. I really did. They said to me, "How do you feel?" Laura Spencer was like, "So how you doing?" I said, "This is like gay to straight conversion therapy. They just keep coming at me with like bikinis and breasts." And I was like, "All right, I'm straight." I said that on the air. The network was probably like, "Jesus Christ,
that's awesome."
Shut that
I love
faggot
Laura
up.
Spencer.
I like Laura.
She's
a good
beautiful,
girl. Yeah,
too.
she's a good girl too. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She really is.
Wow.
Well, all right.
Well,
All
on
right.
behalf of the trannies, I want to thank you both.
Well, thank you. If anybody's around July 2nd.
July 2nd. What? Anything else?
West Hampton Performing Arts Center. I think December 2nd at the Parker Playhouse in back in Fort Lauderdale, which was amazing.
I
last
love that
year.
place.
And I had a great show there last June, so I hope to do it. I think it's going to be December 2nd. It's not
All right.
confirmed yet, so look online, but it should be
All right.
coming
And
up.
where can people find you? Mario Cantone.
What's your Twitter?
It's at Ma Cantone, MACANTONE.
Okay.
That's at Ma Cantone, and my Facebook is Mario Cantone. But there's 3 of them, so pick one.
I know, yeah,
But there's
I
only
got-
2 that work. There's the one with the check, which you can, and then there's my personal
Yeah.
one. It's all annoying.
I know.
fucking
I
hate it
hate
all.
doing it.
Oh,
Remember
and
when
that's
you had
why-
a thought and then you
Instagram,
thought it? I know. I can't.
Instagram, I'm. It's like an abandoned fucking
I know.
amusement park for me. I don't even like, go there. It's like what? How many? I don't. No one's there. What? Instagram it up my ass.
Can you say goodbye as Judy, and then I'll
Yes.
So
This is what she used to sing
Right.
at the end of her show. I will come back when the elephants roost in the trees. I will come back when the birds make love to the bees. I will come back when the sun refuses to shine. And Judy Gold is a cousin of mine. I will come back when the birds make love to the bees. I will come back. I will come back to you. Good night, everybody. You're marvelous.
so long.
Bye.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.